Did you know that your brain has a built-in cleansing system that only works when you sleep? It may sound unbelievable, but the truth is that your brain actually goes through a powerful detoxification process every night if you let it. Doctors have discovered that your brain has something called the glymphatic system. Think of it as the brain's overnight gatekeeper. While you sleep, this system works to clear out waste, toxins, and even harmful proteins that can lead to memory problems later in life. But here's the part that no one tells you. This cleansing process doesn't just happen naturally. The habits you engage in before bed play a huge role in whether or not your brain is properly cleansed. In this video, we'll explore 5 simple but effective nighttime habits that will help your brain clear out the clutter while you sleep. These habits aren't complicated. You don't need to buy anything, and they've been recommended by leading doctors and brain health experts for years. Especially for seniors who want to maintain mental clarity, sharpness, and peace of mind well into their 70s and 80s. Stick with us until the end, because you might discover that just one small change to your evening routine can improve the quality of your sleep, your mental clarity, and how refreshed you feel in the morning. Let's get started. First, avoid blue light and bright screens before bed. One of the easiest ways to support your brain's natural nighttime cleansing process is to turn off bright screens an hour before bed. That means turning off the TV, putting away your phone, and avoiding your tablet or computer screen. It may seem like a small thing, but the light emitted from these devices, especially the blue light, is enough to trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime. And when that happens, your brain delays the release of melatonin, a hormone that signals your body that it's time to sleep. Melatonin doesn't just help you fall asleep. It also plays a role in regulating the timing and depth of your sleep. And that's important because deep, uninterrupted sleep is when your glymphatic system kicks in. Think of it like a school janitor. He only starts cleaning when the hallways are empty. If your brain is still half asleep from blue light stimulation, that janitor will never get to work. Toxins get trapped, debris builds up, and over time, that buildup has been linked to memory loss, dementia, and even cognitive dysfunction in older adults. But here's the good news. When you give your brain the right signals, it knows exactly what to do. Simply turning off the lights in your home an hour before bedtime sends a signal to your body that the day is winding down. Your body clock, also known as your circadian rhythm, begins to sync with that change. You start producing more melatonin naturally, and your body prepares for restorative, brain-cleansing sleep. This doesn't mean you have to sit quietly in the dark. You can still enjoy peaceful activities during those hours. Many older adults find it comforting to listen to soothing music, do puzzles under soft lighting, read a printed book, or spend quiet time reflecting. The important thing is that you're allowing your brain to relax instead of being bombarded with new information and artificial light. Take Jan, 71, for example. For years, she would fall asleep while watching television, thinking it would help her relax. But she found that she always felt groggy in the morning, no matter how much sleep she had. When her doctor recommended cutting back on screen time before bed, she was skeptical. But after just 2 weeks of switching to reading and gentle stretching before bed, she says she felt more alert in the morning and less foggy during the day. Her sleep became deeper. Her mind became clearer. And all it took was a simple decision to turn off the screens a little earlier. These kinds of small adjustments can be powerful, especially for older adults whose sleep cycles naturally shift over time. Our bodies become more sensitive to light. Stress and schedules change as we age. That's why creating a quiet, screen-free evening environment can feel like a breath of fresh air for our nervous system and a green light for our brains to get going. So the next time you find yourself watching TV or scrolling on your phone late into the night, consider this a gentle reminder. Turn off the screen, dim the lights, and give your brain a break. Your brain needs to do what it was designed to do. Because when the brain gets the right signals, it doesn't just rest, it heals, resets, and clears away everything that shouldn't be there. And that's the kind of sleep that really supports your mind, your memory, and your future. Second, drink a small cup of warm water or herbal tea. Another gentle but effective way to help your brain detox overnight is to drink a small cup of warm water or a relaxing herbal tea before bed. It sounds simple, too simple even, but adequate hydration is essential for the brain's lymphatic system to function properly. Without enough fluids in the body, this internal cleaning system can't function properly. Imagine washing your car without water. The soap may still be there, but nothing is washed away. As we age, our bodies become more susceptible to dehydration. Older people often don't feel thirst as strongly, and many avoid drinking water in the evening because they worry about going to the bathroom at night. That's understandable, but the trick isn't to overdo it. Just sip enough to support circulation and fluid balance without overwhelming your bladder. Just 4–6 ounces of warm water or decaffeinated tea can help trigger a gentle hydration response, which is exactly what your brain needs to eliminate waste while you sleep. And it's not just hydration. The warmth of the beverage plays a role, too. Warm water signals your body to relax. It calms the vagus nerve, which helps put your nervous system into rest and digest mode, a state that's important for quality sleep. And as your body begins to relax, your blood vessels open up, slightly improving blood flow not only throughout your body, but also to your brain. Blood flow is part of the process that energizes your lymphatic system at night. Herbal teas like it doesn't have to be anything fancy or expensive. Take Richard, 79, for example. He used to have trouble sleeping, waking up 2 or 3 times a night with a dry mouth and a foggy mind. After seeing his doctor, he started drinking a small cup of warm chamomile tea 30 minutes before bed. Not only did he sleep better, but he also felt more alert in the morning. The doctor explained that hydration is not only good for the body, but it's also important for mental clarity, especially in older adults, whose cognitive functions are more vulnerable to even mild dehydration. Of course, you know your body best. If you're someone who's sensitive to nighttime urination, you might want to experiment with the timing of your tea. You can finish your tea 45 to 60 minutes before bed. The key is to create a routine that works with your circadian rhythm, not against it. And when you find that balance, you'll probably find that your brain feels more refreshed, your memory is sharper, and your mornings feel a little more energized. This little ritual, a glass of warm water, a quiet moment, a few quiet sips of water, can become one of the most supportive moments of your entire day. It's not just about hydration. It's a signal to your brain that you're ready to rest, ready to heal, ready to let go of the day. And that signal combined with a little warm water can go a long way toward keeping your mind sharp and your brain healthy for years to come. If you're still watching this video and found these insights helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue to create useful, informative, and inspiring content for you. Now, let's get started. Third, clear your mind with a 5-minute journaling exercise. One of the most effective, yet often overlooked, ways to prepare your brain for deep, detoxifying sleep is to simply take 5 minutes before bed to write down what's on your mind. This small act, requiring only pen and paper, no screens or typing, can help you clear the clutter in your head. Otherwise, it will keep your brain racing all night. And when your thoughts calm down, your brain will have an easier time falling into the deep sleep it needs to do its real restorative work overnight. Here's something most people don't realize. Even though your body may be tired, your brain is usually busy. Worrying about a phone call you forgot to return, rehashing a conversation from earlier in the day, planning tomorrow's to-do list. These are the little thought loops that keep us up at night. And for older adults, whose schedules are less structured than they used to be, these loops can become more common. With fewer daily distractions, the brain sometimes holds onto small stresses longer than it should. Journaling helps break that loop. It allows the brain to store those thoughts in a safe place by writing them down. You're not ignoring them. You're organizing them. You're telling your brain, I've taken care of this. It's time to rest. And that sense of closure allows your nervous system to relax. You sleep more deeply. You wake up more refreshed. And your brain has the time it needs to clear out the mental and neurological waste that's built up during the day. The point isn't to keep a full journal or compose a beautiful letter. The point is to get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper. You can jot down a few things you're grateful for, a nagging worry, a short list of things to do tomorrow, or even a memory from the day. There's no right or wrong format. The important thing is that you're transferring your thoughts from your mind to paper, freeing your brain to do deeper work at night. Consider someone like 76-year-old Doris. She often lies awake, not because she's not tired, but because her thoughts are relentless. Her granddaughter gave her a simple notebook and suggested she try writing for 5 minutes before bed. At first, Doris felt a little silly, but after a few days, she found herself falling asleep faster and waking up less often during the night. Writing helped her release her emotions, clarify her thoughts, and ease her anxiety. It became a nightly ritual for her, and it helped her clear her mind. Even brain health experts agree that emotional stress can interfere with the Glymphatic system's ability to function properly. The more restless or anxious your mind is, the less effective the clearing process is. But when you create emotional space through quiet habits like journaling, your brain is better able to shift into its natural self-cleansing mode. That's when it clears out harmful proteins, strengthens neural pathways, and stores long-term memories. So if you're someone who carries your worries to bed, consider keeping a notebook on your nightstand. Give yourself just 5 minutes, no more, no less, to clear your mind. You might be surprised at how much easier sleep comes, how calm your thoughts become, and how refreshed you feel when the sun comes up. Because when your mind is clear, your brain has the space to heal. And that kind of rest can make a world of difference in how you feel, think, and live each day. Fourth, create a consistent sleep-wake schedule. One of the most powerful things you can do for your brain, especially as you age, is to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. While this may sound too simple to make sense, it's actually one of the most powerful motivators of deep, detoxifying sleep, which allows your brain to cleanse itself overnight. When your sleep schedule is consistent, your body's internal clock is finely tuned. And a well-tuned rhythm signals your brain to enter the deep, slow-wave sleep stages where the glymphatic system is most active. Here's why this matters. As we age, our sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. Many older adults find themselves waking up in the middle of the night or waking up too early, even if they still feel tired. Part of the reason is that their body clocks have become out of sync with years of inconsistent habits. Falling asleep in front of the TV, napping too late, or staying up late some nights and going to bed early others. This confusion can cause the brain to miss out on the most restorative stages of sleep. What's happening in the background? For most of his life, he went to bed whenever he felt tired and woke up whenever his body decided it was done. But after reading about the importance of deep sleep for brain health, he started going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6:30 a.m. every day, regardless of the weather. Within 2 weeks, he found he was falling asleep faster, waking up less often, and feeling more alert during the day. It wasn't magic, it was simply habit. His body adapted and his brain responded. There's also an emotional benefit. When your sleep-wake schedule becomes predictable, you'll feel less stressed about sleeping. You won't lie in bed wondering, why can't I sleep tonight? Because your body has come to trust the routine. This creates a feedback loop. Regular sleep leads to better sleep, which leads to clearer thinking, sharper memory, and less daytime anxiety. And all of this supports the brain's natural rhythm of healing and eliminating waste at night. It can be difficult at first, especially if you've gone decades without a sleep routine. But remember, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Even trying to keep your bedtime around the same 30-minute time frame can make a huge difference. You're teaching your brain when it needs to shut down, and when it needs to, it knows how to clean itself up. If you're still watching this video and found this information helpful, please comment below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Your support helps us continue to create content that helps, informs, and inspires you. Now, let's move forward. Fifth, unplug from digital devices. There's a silent thief that robs your brain of its ability to reset and clear its mind every night. Your screen. Whether it's a TV, tablet, or smartphone, exposure to blue light in the evening sends confusing signals to your brain, tricking it into thinking it's still daytime. This artificial light suppresses melatonin, a hormone that helps your body prepare for sleep. Without enough melatonin, your sleep becomes lighter, shorter, and less restorative. That means less brain clearing while you rest. But it's not just the light, it's the mental stimulation, too. When you scroll through the news, respond to emails, or watch a TV show right before bed, your brain remains awake and active, often long after you've turned off the screen. Thoughts keep running through your head. Your heart rate keeps rising, and your nervous system doesn't get the signal that it's time to slow down. All of this slows down the onset of deep sleep, the state your brain needs to activate your lymphatic system to clear waste. Imagine trying to wash dishes while the water barely runs. That's exactly what your brain goes through when you go to bed overstimulated. The cleansing process becomes sluggish and inefficient. Over time, this can lead to brain fog, forgetfulness, and even long-term cognitive decline. Disconnecting from devices at least an hour before bed gives your brain the cue it needs to transition from alertness to relaxation, setting the stage for better, more restorative sleep. Consider an example. Susan, a 76-year-old retired nurse, used to wind down every night with her favorite crime dramas and Facebook updates. But she noticed that even after 8 hours in bed, she still felt groggy and forgetful in the morning. On her doctor's advice, she made a change. She turned off all screens at 8 p.m. and spent an hour before bed reading a novel, exercising, or listening to soothing music. Within a week, she slept better, woke up more alert, and even noticed an improvement in her memory. The mental shift here is important. Turning off screens isn't a deprivation. It's creating space for your brain to make the transition. That hour of quiet helps your body reduce cortisol levels, relax your muscles, and naturally boost melatonin production. Think of it like dimming the lights in a movie theater before a show. Your brain prepares for the main event, deep, healing sleep. And let's be honest, many of us grew up without screens. We don't always need entertainment to end the day. We read, we meditate, we just sit with our thoughts. That silence is not only comforting, it's healing. In a world that's always buzzing, reclaiming an hour before bed is one of the best things you can do for your brain. You don't have to do it perfectly. Just start by setting a time limit. Choose a gentle, screen-free activity, whether it's a puzzle, journaling, or silent prayer. Your brain will thank you not only tomorrow, but years from now, because every night you sleep well, you give it a chance to cleanse, heal, and prepare for a new day of clarity and energy. Bottom line, aging comes with its challenges, but it also comes with the opportunity to live more wisely, more intentionally, and more in tune with what your body and mind truly need. The habits we've talked about today may seem simple, like dimming the lights, sipping a warm beverage, or putting down your phone, but they're anything but. These small, intentional choices can change the way your brain works, the way your body rests, and the way you feel when you wake up in the morning. When practiced regularly, they not only help you sleep, but they also help you heal. What's truly powerful is that none of these practices require expensive equipment or complicated schedules. You don't have to be a sleep scientist to feel the difference. You just have to listen to your body and give it what it craves: peace, rhythm, and care. As seniors, many of us grew up in a time when routine was sacred. Dinner was at 6 p.m., bedtime was structured, and distractions were limited. Coming back to that mindset, even in small ways, can bring a deep sense of comfort and balance that your brain responds to immediately. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present, about honoring yourself enough to build an evening ritual that nourishes your brain, body, and soul. Whether you start with one step or do all 5, each choice you make tells your body that you matter. You are worthy of care. Let me finish. There's something incredibly powerful about ending your day with peace instead of chaos, with purpose instead of routine, and with rest instead of wandering thoughts. As you build your own nighttime rhythm, know that you're not just sleeping, you're restoring, you're healing. You're preparing yourself to meet tomorrow with clarity, strength, and joy. Thank you for joining us today. We would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so please feel free to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue to create great content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.